Personally, I would say he is not world class yet.
Hello, hi guys, welcome back to the show. It's Suchit, it's your host for the Dial Square Football Show. With my good friend, I'm back with another episode. Today, it's a great day, especially this weekend has been fantabulous for all the Arsenal fans, and you could say, in other words, for all the Highlanders. With Iwobi killing the game at Old Trafford, with Saka being a world class player for Arsenal as always, and Willock showing his worth at Newcastle, all three of them scoring this weekend and making sure that Arsenal are at the right place. Anywho, without any other thing, let's start with this episode. Let me just introduce my co-host for today as well. His name is Salman. If you guys can say hi. Hi, Sallo.
Hi everyone. Yeah, as you said, great weekend for all the Highlanders. Which is good to see. Yeah, so as you know, always start the segment with the interesting fact about Arsenal. So you must have seen a lot of the Arsenal matches. There's a chant which always goes around when we score first, especially. It goes like 1-0 to the Arsenal, 1-0 to the Arsenal. So yeah, so I would like to like shed some light on the history to on that chant. So a lot of if you see for the last 30-35 years, Arsenal has been kind of associated with silky football, attacking football, and trying to score. But if you not long ago, in the 70s, 80s, and even the early 90s, Arsenal were actually considered to be one of the most boring sides in football in terms of being very defensive and not trying to score, trying to win matches. Uh, as as being tight as defensively as possible. So it actually stems from that era that we won a lot of matches 1-0. So it was almost like a derogatory slash banter chant used by Arsenal fans, like 1-0 to the Arsenal, because we used to only win 1-0 a lot back in those days. So whenever we score first and the scoreline is 1-0, we kind of remember those days back, the
Right,
Arsenal
right.
fans.
I mean, it's kind of good to see that we've not just tried to win games by scoring 1-0 or 2-0. We're actually going trying to kill off the games by scoring 4, 5, and almost 25 goals since the Dubai trip, which is actually an insane stat because before that, the narrative was that Arsenal needs a striker. During the entire winter window, we were like struggling to score any goals, and then the entire media push was going on about how we need a striker and whatnot. But yeah, it's great to see that the team has stepped up in multiple ways. Like you got defenders scoring from set pieces, you got striker, you got midfielders scoring goals. You got actually fans celebrating a corner as if it's a penalty, because I think it's about like 15 to 16 goals from set pieces, if I'm not wrong, especially from corners. So that's great news for the Arsenal, and we're not under any drought in any circumstance. Which brings me to the next point. First of all, we're sorry that we couldn't record for the Porto game because we've set up all the things for that. But again, there was another technical issue which didn't let us record. And as soon as that was solved, the Arsenal game came up this weekend. So we thought, we'll just give up. We'll just mix up both games and give our thoughts about it. Um, I personally feel the Porto game is more like a one-off thing. We did not step up that well. At the same time, we were not completely horrible like how the narrative has been on social media or in general fan thoughts. But regarding the Newcastle game, I felt the comeback or the statement that okay, we have not completely let go of the streak that we have built up so far, and all those goals are not flukes, but it is out of immense training, immense pressure, and immense planning from the manager as well. And regarding the again one last point regarding Porto and the Newcastle game, the difference was that Porto were more effective with the play that they set up because it was very similar to the one that Newcastle played with. Also, for the fact that Arteta did not have an off day against Newcastle, but he did have an off game against Porto. These are what I think. What I think happened between those two games. If you want to know more about how I felt, do check out the videos that I made. I will link them in the description. But yeah, let me just find out what my co-host thinks about those two games.
Yeah, I kind of agree. The Porto game is, if in the Premier League, there's always such some games, it's always a common line used that it's like a slippery slope. Some games, like, if you see in Premier League over the years, we had many opponents like that. So Southampton away, West Ham away, where you go and even if you play good, you somehow always come up short. And if you see, the Portugal teams have always been that for us in Europa League also, and even in Champions League. It's, I don't know, maybe it's something about the way they play, and we have to acknowledge the fact also that we call it the dark arts, but it's a way of playing against a good team. It's not something which should be kind of derided, I feel. You could say that okay, they were going down too easily, but yeah, they knew they wanted to disrupt Arsenal's game, and that's what they did successfully. So yeah, but the moment the final whistle went, obviously I was disappointed, but I remember sharing that opinion with a lot of my friends that we are winning this tie, and I'm still very confident about it because, and my confidence has been, like, gone higher after watching the Newcastle game, just because not the scoreline, not the way even if we won that game 1-0, I think the energy we came against Newcastle is what really made me very happy because we came out of the blocks and we were like, we're going to finish Newcastle today. You know, I don't think there was anyone in the world who saw that match and after the first 5 minutes knew that everyone knew Arsenal was going to win that game. So, so that's why I feel we will turn around the Porto match, the Porto tie. Um, and away goals not being there going to help us also. So yeah, I think at least we will score one at Emirates. I have that much faith on my our team. So I think at least we'll take it to extra time minimum in the second leg. Coming to the Newcastle game, um, yeah, Newcastle has been struggling with defense. The commentator made an interesting statement that since start of December, Newcastle has the worst defense in the league. So even worse than Sheffield United. So that's a
Even
bit
worse than
insane.
Sheffield?
Yeah,
Okay, I wasn't aware of
yeah,
that
yeah.
stat.
So they have the worst defense in the league since December. So, so kind of expected goals from the off, but I didn't expect us to completely pin them inside. Like I think there are several matches this year we keep saying this is the best we played, this is the best we played. But honestly, the first 45 minutes of Newcastle, yeah, that's probably I don't think we'll play that well again this season. Like it was perfect. Like there was nothing you could say against in that half. Yeah, but it's good to see in Premier League. I don't know. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but yeah, it looks like we are better equipped to go far in the PL this year. And the table doesn't say so, but honestly, I really feel right now we are the best team in the Premier League. Like the way we are playing. Uh, City and against Bournemouth, they were
Oh
lucky
yeah,
to get
they
away
were
with the
very
win.
lucky.
To be honest with you, Liverpool toiled to break down Luton, and once the floodgates opened, we all knew that was going to happen. But yeah, it took time, and they have injury issues. So if you say it looks like it's going to be a scenario where maybe everyone's focusing on Liverpool, Man City, and
To
we
sneak
might
in.
go behind
Right,
from the back
right,
door
right,
and
right,
sneak
right.
it in. I think that's a good position to be in, to be honest. Uh, like compared to last season where we were the spotlight and City was kind of in the background. And then they sneaked, like not sneaked, but they like from the behind they won the treble. But maybe this time it's good for us that even though we're not that far behind, just to be in the background and then go and spring. So yeah, all in all, it's not the ideal week with the Porto result, but yeah, it's still a good week for Arsenal. The Newcastle game really shows that it was not the Porto game was
Right.
just a one-off. Yeah, so I guess that's the points we have for those two matches. I think now we can, move on to the next segment, which is, we talk about the hotter topics or some unpopular opinions which are going on in football right now. So there are a few which are in the limelight right now. Um, I guess we can talk about it. So the first one is it's a huge topic in a lot of Arsenal fans, and it's like Arsenal fans versus the world in this topic. But yeah, is Saka world class? Is the big topic which is going on in football right now. So my opinion, it's like uh, it's very difficult for me to actually be unbiased in this because yeah, Saka is a lot of our fan of most of our fan base. If you speak 90% favorite player would be Saka now currently, and he has that special bond with all the Arsenal fans. But personally, I would say he is not world class yet. I agree with the opponents
Wait. Before you finish,
because
like, are you
the
saying this just to get clicks? Like,
no,
are
no,
you
no, I
serious?
agree. I feel that yeah, I feel he's not world class yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so I agree that um, he is what you say having good numbers, but I think the sample size is the main issue
Okay.
for me because uh, world class for me denotes consistency. That you need to have consistency, not over season, not over or choose 2 seasons. Saka has been good for 2 seasons uh, with insane numbers. Like he has been good in the third. Like if you talk about the previous season to that also was good, but numbers wise, not nothing crazy. He was good in his play in general, but crazy numbers, good numbers from last season and this season. So I think that's not enough to declare someone world class yet. Like I feel like people will say like they were obviously Messi, Ronaldo are another level, but Messi, Ronaldo, and even some of the other world class players when they were younger they had more insane numbers also, and they have done it for a longer time. So that's why I feel like the people talk about uh, Saka being world class already. I can understand where they're coming from. Their argument is that he's already one of the top players in his position, which I agree he is. But how long has he been in that position matters to me because there are many players who stay there for 1 2 seasons and within the next 2 seasons they drop off, and then you cannot say that they were world class players if you're only world in the top players or top position, one of the top players in your position for 1 or 2 seasons. So yeah, I guess the debate should be revisited in maybe a year or two because I think he needs to show that same consistency next year and the year after that. So for me, I wouldn't say he's world class yet, but he is like, but he's not like, in that. So if you put a tier list, he would be like touching the door
Okay.
of world class. Like yeah, he's right on the precipice of it, but he needs to show the consistency, and then he will be world class. Because if you if you say who are the world class players right now in current world football, you can say Kevin De Bruyne, you can say Haaland, you can say Mbappe, you can say Mohamed Salah, you can say who else would be Vinicius,
Vinicius.
maybe you can say Vinicius. Um, yeah, Vinicius. The issue with Vinicius is he has won trophies. I agree. He has also not had the same amount of years, but he has won trophies in that time. So
Okay.
yeah, if you don't have the experience of being world class, if you bring trophies to the table at least, then you can offset
Then
that
what do you think
experience
about
factor.
Foden?
But Saka doesn't have. Yeah, so Foden. Yeah, so that was my point. Its coming point was that a lot of this debate has actually stemmed from Foden versus Saka, because a lot of players, people feel Foden is world class. So they say that because Foden is not Saka is not better than Foden, so Saka is not world class. So this is a kind of axiomatic way they are trying to find why Saka is not world class. But to be honest, I would recommend a lot of people to see. There's a YouTuber called James Alcott. He does football videos, football analysis videos. He did a good video about Saka versus Foden and how Saka in a lot of the metrics actually blows Foden out of the water in most of the statistics in terms of XG. Like there were few stats he used such as progressive passes received, progressive passes given, and Saka was very high in those. And Foden has the luxury, if you can say, of being not the main option at a very good team. Saka is kind of the main option at the main, at a good team, but not he's not surrounded by
Hmm.
as many world
Hmm.
class players as
Hmm.
as Foden is. So I don't agree that Foden is world class also,
Hmm.
to be honest, because he for me has to still show that he's the main man. I think every world class player is a main man in his team, like
Then
generally,
in that way,
or
is
one of the
Vinicius the
one or
main
two.
man for Madrid? Because the trophies that he won was
Yeah, at
when
least
Benzema was the
within.
main man. So that's why.
But yeah, that's what I was coming to. He'd either be in the top one or two place in his
Okay.
club. Either he'd be the second option or the minimum third
Hmm.
option at least. At a club like Real Madrid,
Hmm.
lot of world class players are there. So you can say that there are three, four, five, Modric, Cruz. Those are legendary
Hmm.
players, not even world class. So but if you see in
Hmm.
in Foden's case, you have Haaland, you have De Bruyne, you have Bernardo Silva, who is almost as
Hmm.
good as Foden, if not better. Then you have Rodri. Um, so you have these many players who might be ahead of him in
Hmm.
the pecking order. And let's not forget, Foden is only playing consistently this season. They were last season, previous season, he was like in and out of City's team. Like he's never a consistent
Hmm.
starter for City. So you cannot say a non-starter is a world-class player. So if he was world-class, he would always start for City, which is not always the case last season, previous season. So I feel both of them are not world class, but both of them are knocking on the door of being world class. No, there are some aspects like in which Foden is actually better than Saka in the sense that his understanding of space and the
Hmm.
way he
Hmm.
opens up, those are some
Hmm.
things which are little bit
Hmm.
difficult to
Hmm.
quantify in the
Hmm.
stat sheet. In that way, Foden is, I think, maybe I wouldn't be amiss to say miles ahead
Hmm.
of
Hmm.
Saka in some of the
Hmm.
in that senses,
Hmm.
especially middle of the park. But Saka gives you that pure, like in the end, we can talk about this is a very
Hmm.
ambiguous topic in football. Like yeah, you can talk about
Hmm.
space, football,
Hmm.
IQ, and all, but in the end, the main thing in
Output.
football is can you put the ball yeah, can you put the ball in the
Hmm.
goal or can
Hmm.
you assist someone?
Hmm.
In the end, that is the main thing. So yeah, in that way, Saka trumps him because
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
Saka has the better output. But yeah, this is the whole debate of how our Messi. This is actually Messi
Yeah.
versus Ronaldo in
True.
a
True.
very
True.
lower form,
True.
but this is the
True.
entire Messi
And
Ronaldo debate.
now that
Like, do you
now that
want
you're
the
saying
player
that,
who will give you?
I feel we shouldn't really compare these two kind of players because one plays as that attacking winger
Yeah,
trying to do something on the wings, whereas Foden is that person who comes from the left and he plays more in that central area.
he just
You
starts
know,
as a winger, but he
exactly.
doesn't
He
play
plays
as a
more in the
winger.
middle of the things where it's more like
Mm.
the creative phase of the game and all of that. Whereas Saka is more like he runs into defenders, he beats them one
No, see, the problem with these things is like, no, people want
to hang on.
something
Yeah.
to say. Like they want something. Like okay, Arsenal is good right now. Let's
Hmm.
start something which is like going to trigger their fan base or it's going to trigger
Hmm.
some thing. So yeah, okay, what they know Saka. Okay, Saka is good. Saka is not world class.
Hmm.
Start the entire thing. Then they know okay, Foden is one of those players who will, if you compare him with Foden, it will create buzz. It's all like
Hmm.
it's all those things. There's no comparison between the two. They're two
Hmm. Hmm.
different players, and both are equally
Hmm.
good in their own way. And they both are not world class yet, and they both are almost on the they're like borderline world class, you can say, but they're not like
Hmm.
completely world.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. So, yeah, I mean, those are our opinions regarding who's world class, who's not world class, who potentially is a world class player already, and why we shouldn't honestly compare between two players whose style of play is completely different from one another, and how each player is completely different in that specific system in their own specific teams. Um, what do you guys think about it? Is Foden really world class? Is Saka really world class? Are both of them world class? Are both of them on the verge of becoming world class? Another small thing that I really want you guys to comment down in the comment section is Vinicius world class based on numbers and trophies, or is Vinicius honestly world class because of the way he helps the team or contributes to the team or the kind of player he is? Now let us go to the the other segment that we really like, that is predicting the upcoming game weeks. The first
Yeah,
game
yeah.
that we have from
Okay.
traditional top six is Tottenham versus Crystal Palace at Tottenham's home. What are your predictions, Salman?
New manager bounce is big. You look at Palace, they were not able to score, and the last match they
Hmm,
won
hmm,
3-0. So and Gassner is a
hmm,
good coach. I mean, he's a Europa League
hmm,
winning coach. Uh, I'm actually intrigued by that match. I can see kind of, not because I don't dislike Spurs and I don't feel because of that, but I guess Palace
hmm.
could do something. But I think I'm going to go safe. I'm going to go safe, and I'm going to say
2-1
2-1
to
to
Tottenham.
Tottenham. Yeah,
Since Tottenham
yeah.
pulled off a Tottenham this game week, um, not this game week, the previous game week, by losing to Wolves, I don't think they can do two Spursy things in a row. So I think I agree with you. It will be a 2-1 to Tottenham. I think it will be a difficult game for Tottenham. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. So yeah, I think instead of 2-1, I'll go with a 2-0 just to make it spicy.
I'm actually glad we don't have
Yeah.
Palace anymore. I don't want them with the new manager
Last season,
bounce.
new
It would have
manager
been
bounce, we
difficult.
played against Sean Dyche at Goodison Park, and we absolutely got dismantled there. Yeah. The
Yeah.
next game, Nottingham Forest versus Liverpool at Nottingham Forest home. I'll go with this actually. If Nottingham Forest play like how they did against Aston Villa today, I mean yesterday, I don't think Forest will have a chance. But then again, it is at Forest home. The crowd is always near you. The fans are always hostile against the traveling team. Can Nottingham Forest pull off a result? I'm hoping at least a draw, so I'll go for a 2-2 draw at Forest.
I mean, they did win last season,
That is
this
true.
fixture.
But last season
Uh,
Liverpool was just like was
uh,
just like so weird.
yeah. The injury issues at Liverpool
Hmm.
kind of, it's difficult to predict who's going to
Hmm.
play. Only we don't know. I mean, today's Carabao Cup, no one is sure how many
Hmm.
injuries
Hmm.
Liverpool have, which is kind of scary. But yeah, but I don't feel that Forest have enough to beat
Okay.
Liverpool. Or but draw. Yeah, Forest. What is that ground's name? Forest Ground. Then I
I
forget
forgot the
their
name.
stadium's name. Yeah, uh, but yeah, it's a difficult place to go for sure. Um, and Liverpool, the first 70 or 60 minutes
Hmm.
against Luton, they did
Hmm.
struggle to beat them, break them. But I feel Liverpool will edge it, which I sadly don't want it to happen. I hope they
Hmm.
draw points because right now it's going to the scenario that okay, maybe Liverpool will
Hmm.
not draw points. Maybe City will draw, but Liverpool will keep winning, and then we are only thinking
Yeah,
about City.
exactly.
Yeah, so because Liverpool have the
Hmm.
easiest
Hmm.
fixture
Hmm.
list till the end of the season. So yeah, I hope Liverpool draw points, but I feel they'll edge it. Again, I'll go with
Hmm.
2-1
Hmm.
Liverpool.
2-1
Yeah.
Liverpool for you and 2-2 for me. The next game that we have in the traditional top six is again Brentford versus Chelsea at Brentford home. I think Brentford will lose this 1-2 to Chelsea because Chelsea for some reason aren't good at home, but they're very good away. So I think it will be a 1-2 to Chelsea.
I was mighty impressed by Chelsea's performance against City. Yeah, I think the manager did a mistake by going too
Hmm.
defensive, but it's not on the players. It was the manager's fault over there. So yeah, I also agree Chelsea will win. Brentford haven't really reached the heights, even with
Hmm.
Tony coming back. The way they played against Liverpool, I didn't feel
Hmm. Hmm.
anything special. Um, so yeah, I agree. I agree. Chelsea will win. You know what? I agree with your scoreline also. Let's see if we both are
Okay.
correct.
So
Yeah,
you agree with the 1-2
Mm.
Chelsea win.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
also agree with that.
The next one, the one that we want to discuss about, the Manchester derby at Etihad, Manchester City versus United.
If it was asked 1 week or before, it would
Hmm.
have been different because really United were on the up. Hoyland was playing
Hmm.
really really good, and I was mighty impressed by him to be honest. But it's difficult. There's no striker. City has not been playing good. That's the one thing which
Yeah,
bugs
that's
me a
true.
lot. They have not been the team which we know. They have somehow won, I think last three matches 1-0, or scored only one goal in the last three matches. But do I trust United's defense to keep them behind? Because if you watch the Luton game,
Oh yeah,
United were
I've
lucky,
said
to
this
be honest,
before
to
before
escape.
predicting that it's going to be difficult at Luton's
Yeah.
home. That similarly happened, but yeah,
So, and that game they were 2-0
exactly.
up early. So, but it's a Manchester derby and United, in these games, they might pop up. I think, I think finally United will take a point
You
at
think?
Etihad.
You reckon?
I think, yeah, because because
Hmm.
I feel it plays into United's game to play counter attacking.
But do they
Yeah,
have the
like
temperament to like sustain for that long without conceding? I mean,
no, I feel that even if Hoyland was fit, a counter attacking game
true,
doesn't
true.
really suit him. Like I have noticed. So if they play Rashford up top and they have, and I feel Mainu will help in this game in controlling the game. Yeah, in the middle of the park. I feel United will if Chelsea can trouble United City the way they did, I think United have equal qualities in playing counter attacking. It's the template is there for United. Follow the Chelsea template, and I think that is United's historically. That's their game. Like that's what they like to do. So I'm going, and if you again, I'm going to go back to the Luton game, and it's completely different opponent and all. I agree, but United should have scored a lot of goals on the counter, and it was really nice to watch some of their counters, like one pass, one touch pass in middle, and then just ping it out. They have Rashford, Garnacho. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm gonna go 2-1 for United. I feel United will beat City.
Salman.
Yeah,
Salman, are you sure you want to stick
yeah,
with 2-1 to United? Are you sure this is not
yeah.
hope?
I
It's
actually
the hope
think
that kills.
because no, it's not about hope. It's not about hope. It's about what I saw against Chelsea, and I'm so confident that United is a better equipped to do that against City. That kind of game plan, and you don't have Sterling and Nicholas Jackson in United, so that helps also. So
You don't have Sterling or Nicholas Jackson. Ah,
so I'm gonna go for it. I don't I see if I'm wrong I'm wrong, and it's fine. It's okay. But I really feel United is gonna win.
so
I don't really like to say that, but I'm gonna
2-1 to
stick with it.
United.
I hope even it's a draw also will be good for us. But yeah, hopefully
I'm
United
going for a
wins.
3-0 City win. I like you can tell me whatever you want, but I've seen like the win against Luton. The two goals that they scored. One was a Luton mistake. Second goal was a pure luck. Garnacho just tried to go for glory ball. It hit Haaland's like chest and went it like bro. Are you kidding me? That was a lucky win. The one that they scored today, I think in their entire attack, Maguire was the only one who looked that he wanted to score a goal. That was even before he tried to even score. And yeah, good for that guy, he scored.
This is the main reason I'm saying United will win, because it's I don't know, under Ten Hag it has been somehow, it's like when they seem to go on the up, they'll go and have some performance like Fuller, and when they feels like okay they're down and out, and they'll go and have a good performance, and United fans will get delusional that next season we'll challenge for the title. So yeah,
I will stick to
but
three
yeah.
zero. You stick to. Uh,
No, plus, yeah, I agree. City is a favorite, but the way City has been playing, I'm not being convinced by them. And they kind of struggle to beat Bournemouth and Brentford, and they drew to Chelsea. So let's see. It's going to be an interesting game. Yeah,
so
I doubt. I don't think it will be 3-0 to City, to be
we'll
honest.
see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I will be too hopeful. It's the hope that
Mhm.
kills. I've seen that time and time, but yeah, I'm just saying 3-0 to the City. The last game in the traditional top six, that is Arsenal's game. Sheffield United versus Arsenal. What are your predictions?
So we went from 6 to 5 to 4. So 3-0 Arsenal.
3-0 to
Uh,
the Arsenal. Yeah.
no, but joking aside, I think it should be more. I think it should be 4 or 5. Yeah, if we continue in the
Hmm,
vein we
hmm,
have been
hmm,
playing, um,
hmm,
it has to be. I mean, we broke down Newcastle, Burnley, we broke
hmm.
down West Ham.
We
But
broke
yeah,
down even Liverpool.
I
Don't
don't
forget
think.
that.
I don't, Liverpool, bro. 4-0.
4-0.
I'm going 4-0 Arsenal. Sheffield is awful,
Hmm,
to
hmm,
be honest. Like, no disrespect, but
hmm.
they're an awful team. They don't. I don't know how they're in the Premier League, to be
Huh, huh,
honest.
huh.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel this is the kind of game where we will do everything but score. So I think we'll struggle to score goals. That's why I feel it will be.
But you said that against West Ham. You said that against I think against Burnley also. You said at Newcastle. You didn't say that,
Newcastle,
but yeah, you kind
Newcastle,
of meant
because
it.
it's Newcastle, dude. Like they're a team that is like very physical. They'll keep running at you. They'll not do anything. But
Hmm.
Sheffield is that team that will let you do everything to them. No, that came out very wrong. I meant, I, I meant, I meant the games that you
Oh
have to
my
try
God.
hard. I guess that games Arsenal tend to do well. The games that they don't have to try hard and they are good, or they
Casual.
know that they're good, and that might tend to make them more casual. So that's why I feel it will be a 2-0 to the Arsenal. I did not say what I said before, and that never happened.
Arsenal is like, that cocky, not cocky, like those that kid that wins a game or two and gets
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
overconfident and then gets casual and never and then loses one, and then again he has to get a talking from his parents like, come focus back, come to
Exactly.
focus back. It's the
Exactly.
same thing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
those are our predictions, guys, for this upcoming game week 27. Let us know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you think United can get a result at the Etihad? It could be a draw or a win, or do you think City will absolutely destroy United since Ferguson has left and since Pep has come back? Do let us know about all the predictions that you think in the comment section. Again, do keep supporting us. If you guys are new here, do subscribe, do like the content that we're putting out, do keep supporting. Follow us on social medias to get more updates on the kind of content that will be coming out very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in till the end. Thank you so much from my side, Suchit. Salman, do you have any final words?
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Yeah, let's hope for a great March for Arsenal, and yeah, let's go and win two titles. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.